Today we are expanding brackets. Now you're used to knowing that brackets, you do whatever's inside them first. However, within algebra, we can use the commutative law to expand the brackets. Now, as you are aware, expand means make bigger. Okay, so what you're going to do is, instead of having a tiny little bracket, you're going to expand it out to make the algebra longer. Okay. So when we're expanding brackets, what you'll notice is there is something immediately outside the bracket. Now, in this case, it's a 3. You also, if there is a symbol in front, i.e. a negative or a positive, you have to take that into account as well. You have your operation in the middle, a plus or a minus, and then you normally have a second term as well. Now, you can have more than 2 terms, but in all of the examples today, there will just be the 2 terms. So what we're going to do is we're going to take exactly what is immediately outside the bracket and multiply it by each of the terms in turn inside the bracket. So we'll start off with taking the 3 and the f. 3 multiplied by f we write as 3f. We then need to think about the plus 4. 3 times plus 4 is plus 12. We have expanded the bracket. So to recap, we've taken 3 and the f and come up with 3f. We've taken the 3 and the plus 4 and come up with plus 12. That'll be a new pen. Okay, next example we've got is slightly different because we're going to take one with a negative number in front of the brackets. Negative 4 times by 2a plus 3. So like I said before, we're going to consider what is immediately outside of the bracket, which is negative 4. Take each term in turn. Make that plus a little bit clearer. Negative 4 times 2a. Well, 4 times 2 is 8. So 4 times 2a would be 8a. But it's not just 4. It's negative 4. So the answer is negative 8a. Taking the next term, negative 4 times by plus 3. 3 times 4 we know is 12, but we also know that a negative times a positive is a negative. So our answer is minus 8a minus 12. One final example is we're going to put a letter outside the bracket. In this case, we're going to have p, open brackets, p plus 8. Again, you take what's immediately outside the brackets. In this case, it's p. P times by p we write as p squared. P multiplied by plus 8 is 8p. And what are we doing? We're adding it. Have a go at these 3 on your own. 7 open brackets g minus 2. 2h open brackets h plus 1. Minus 5 open brackets 3a plus 7. Pause the video, have a go at these 3, and then we'll go through the answers. So we've got 7 immediately outside the bracket. 7 times g is 7g. 7 times minus 2 is minus 14. (2h) multiplied by h. Well, we've already got 1h, we've already got 2 h's here. We're multiplying it by h again, so that is 2h squared. 2h multiplied by plus 1 is just 2h. 2h squared plus 2h. Minus 5, open brackets, 3a plus 7. Well, 3 times 5 is 15, but it's not just 15, because we've got a negative here, and we know that a negative times by a positive is a negative. And again, we've got the letter a here. So minus 5 times 3a is not just minus 15, it's minus 15a. Minus 5 times 7. 5 times 7 is 35. A negative times by a positive is a negative. Minus 15a minus 35.